The following program is being brought to you on the Voice America Women's Channel. For more information about our network and to check out additional show hosts and topics of interest, please visit voiceamericawomen.com. The Voice America Talk Radio Network is the worldwide leader in live Internet talk radio. Visit voiceamerica.com. The views and ideas expressed on the following program are strictly those of the host or guests and do not necessarily reflect the views and ideas held by the Voice America Talk Radio Network, its staff, and management.
Welcome to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with Rebecca Hall Gruyter. In our program each week, we provide the tools, ideas, and encouragement to help you move ahead on your journey, becoming a more powerful and impactful woman in your own life. Now here's your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter.
Welcome to the show, everyone. I hope you're having an amazing day, and I'm excited to have you saying yes to you, yes to this time of connecting, of leaning into each other, and pausing in our busy lives to connect heart to heart and receive that information, that encouragement, that motivation, that listening in our lives. It's so easy to rush from the next thing to the next thing to the next thing. And before you know it, the day is running you and suddenly it's the end of the day and then we start again. So I invite you during our time together to breathe deeply, those big belly breaths. And as you do those big belly breaths, that actually helps reduce your cortisol and bring you very present. So wonderful activity to do when you're have a pause, when you have a moment as you move through your day, to really get present, listen, and receive. You have so much value, so much wisdom, so much in you that we sometimes miss it because we're moving so quickly. So I invite you throughout the show to take moments to pause, real time, process the information being shared. Don't add it to the to-do list. Really, real time. Start to apply it in your life. Let it become part of you on a cellular level. Let's breathe that in. Today is all about tapping into your truth and shining. And tapping into your truth is really intentionally going within and listening to what it is that is most important to you. What is it that you want to echo out into the world, that you are wanting to bring forward? What are the things that matter most to you? And then shining is really about a choice. No matter what, we can choose to shine wherever we are at, to be a little bit more visible, to share a bit more of who we are with another. That's how we really can touch others' lives. That's how we can make a lasting impact and really make this world a better place. We choose how we interact in the world, what we select to bring forward. And it's as simple as how we interact with another, to are we doing that call, or when something comes to our heart, are we responding and reaching out? Are we getting too caught up in our day-to-day things that we're an automatic and not being purposeful? Just making that shift of really being intentional and purposeful, carving out a few minutes for you to decide, what is it that I do want to do today? What is most important that I bring forward? And did I remember to include me in that equation? We so often serve and pour ourselves out to a point of depletion, forgetting to fill ourselves up first. So part of tapping into your truth is listening and discovering and bringing forward your truth. And shining is really being at a place where you are shiny, where you are tapping into who you are, and you're setting yourself up for success. You're intentionally carving time out for you so that what you're bringing forward is what you want to bring forward. I've been listening to this call series in the morning by Sandra Yancey, the founder of eWomen Network, and she does this special series every year before her big conference coming up in August. And it's where she interviews millionaires and billionaires, and she's interviewing them from a mindset place and what piece of wisdom would they give and how can we move forward in our lives and achieve those things that are most important to us, whether it's monetary or not. What is it that we want to bring forward? And what I'm hearing them consistently share is success is a choice. It's not something that just suddenly happens to you. You plan for it. Just like we plan for our vacations, or we plan for a birthday party, or we plan for something that we're going to do. When we make that commitment and we plan for it, we start building a way to get there. We put it on the calendar, we start getting the decorations or getting the luggage together, whatever it may be, to move towards that. It's the same thing with success. And I want you to take a moment and just think, what is it about, and what is it, how do you define, that's the way I want to say it, how do you define success? What is your truth? What's important to you that you bring forward? And are you willing to do it? Are you willing to commit to it, to plan for it, no matter what? And the other thing they've talked a lot about is kind of your tribe, the people that you have around you. And they said you can't achieve, if it's monetary, because they're talking a lot about monetary success, you can't achieve the 6-figure, 7-figure, whatever the monetary goal is, and this is whatever goal it is, if you have people around you that are constantly telling you you can't. If the people that you have feeding into you keep reminding you of how hard it is, or all the challenges, or all the things you can't do, and they haven't seen anyone do that, it's really hard to keep stepping forward. It's important that we surround ourselves with communities, with programs like this that are going to feed into you, that are going to remind you that it does matter, that your truth is needed in this world. But only you can commit to bringing it forward. Only you can commit to shining. So I want you to listen in to our conversation today and really receive what's here for you about tapping into your truth, about choosing to move forward, choosing success, however you define it, that you're committing to that and actually taking action with something that we share with you today. I want you to look for that nugget to take forth with you, to start applying with your life so that you can have the transformation you're looking for. You can have the impact that you are looking to have. It doesn't come to you and magically just happen. You have to lean into it. You have to take action to move forward with it too. So I want you to look for what is the action you can start to build in your life today so that you know how to tap into your truth, that you know this is a way I can shine. Here's something I can build into my life starting today. Maybe it's remembering to pause and listen. I'm not sure what will be placed on your heart, but I want you to listen for it and to receive it. And we're going to go into a place where we can listen a little bit more closely, just for a moment, to see what's being placed on your heart. Those of you who are driving, please stay safe, eyes open, alert, just inwardly tuning in. Those of you who are able to, though, I want you to sit back in your chair, put both feet on the floor, take a big belly breath I've been talking about. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Put one hand on your heart, one hand on your head, bringing all of you in. And as you take another big belly breath, close your eyes. You're absolutely safe. And what is it that you need today? What is it that will encourage you, support you? Just receive that information. What is it you need today that you're going to be actively ready to receive and leaning into? Go ahead and receive that information. Open up your eyes. One more big breath. Come fully present. And I invite you to write down whatever it is that you need today, that you're going to be leaning into and ready to receive. Wonderful. And Maura, can you share with us in just about 30 seconds anything that was laid upon your heart during that pause and listening?
Sure. What was laid upon my heart was to really allow myself not only to see, but to feel those golden threads of connection to all the listeners out there.
I love that. That golden thread of connection, to see and feel it. Beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Kari, did you have something laid upon your heart that you can share with us? Just about 30-second share.
The first thing that came to me was gratitude. I really know that gratitude boosts incentive for me to get things done. And building in, the time to show gratitude will make the difference and give me the energy and the confidence to do what needs doing.
Beautiful. Thank you. Gratitude in building that time to show it, because we can feel it, but then we can sometimes not express it. So beautiful, beautiful share. Thank you. And listeners, we're getting ready to go into our first commercial break. And as we do that, I invite you to stay in this place of listening. Don't run off and try to cross some things off the list. Really take these 2 minutes for you to listen. What is it you need? And you're going to be leaning into. You're going to be receiving during our time together. Really give yourself the gift of these 2 minutes. You'll have them throughout the show to receive and process. Wonderful. We'll look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
Voice America Women. Your passion starts here.
Are you ready for your rush of success? I'm Jim Chi Chong, the walk star.
And I'm Cammie Ferry, the theater queen, the host of Rush Hour for Success on Money 105.5 on Thursdays and Fridays at 2 p.m. It's about getting entertained and getting solutions for your success in life and business.
Visit us on Facebook at Money 105.5 FM Rush Hour for Success, or download the Money 105.5 app on your phone for the live stream. That's Thursdays and Fridays, 2 p.m. Pacific time. Get entertained,
get educated, and get your rush on
Rush Hour for Success.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for people like you. With just one 7-minute audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities. This is a dynamic way to share your message, reach more people, and expand your impact. Apply now at yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent. Finalists get to audition live in front of community leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Don't wait. Find out more. Visit yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent.
Age with Attitude TV is for the woman who does not see her future as a nice little old lady, but rather she sees herself living a bold, juicy, kick-ass second half. Now, if this is the life you want for your second 50, then Age with Attitude TV is for you. You'll find stories to inspire you, plus money and metabolism tips that really work. Check it all out at agewithattitude.tv, presented by Jan Rose Distel. Find us on voiceamerica.tv, and remember, it's never too late to create a life you love.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com, and make the most of an incredible life transformation.
Become our friend on Facebook. Post your thoughts about our shows and network on our timeline. Visit facebook.com/Voice America.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to empowering women, transforming lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you took that opportunity to breathe, to listen, to really see what it is that you need today. And Maura was sharing a little bit behind the scenes. Maura, is it okay if I share?
Sure.
Okay, that she drew a card today, just, what do I need to be reminded of? And it was, and you can explain it better, but I know what it meant, was slowing down, being present. And as we kind of talked about that behind the scenes, we were talking about how it's like we have this moment, then we have this one, then we have this one. And if we're reflecting too far on the next thing and the next thing or other things in the past, we miss the moment that we're in. And if you start adding up too many of those, we can really miss important portions of our life by not being present and in them. So I love that reminder to slow down and be fully present. And listeners, I know it's always a great reminder for me, and I wanted to share that with you, to just really be present and receive all that is here for you. And I invite you to do that every moment. And when you find life is running you, that's a great time to take a pause and listen. Let's breathe that in. So you've already had the opportunity to hear a bit of Maura's heart and some of her wisdom. And I wanted to take a moment to formally introduce her to you, and then we'll have a conversation as we tap into some of her inner wisdom and experience that she's going to share with us, as she really expands on this tapping into your truth. So let me tell you a little bit about Maura. Maura Tokildson is the inner tree cultivator, intuitive healer, spiritual mentor, and author, and she is passionate about transforming women's relationship with their intuition so they can move forward powerfully. Please lean in and warmly welcome the amazing Maura Tokildson to the show. Welcome. Yay.
Yay. Thank you.
You are so welcome. Excited to have you joining us. Heart, mind, body, soul, and spirit, all of you. And
all of me.
Exactly, all of you. Fully present and in this space of connection. And I loved your illustration in the opening segment about that golden thread of connections. And listeners, I hope you're feeling that as we reach out and connect with all of you. Do you mind sharing more in this space of connection and present and listening, why this work of helping women in this way, really tapping into their intuition in their inner tree, why is that so important to you personally?
It's personally important to me because it took me so long to understand my intuition and to listen to it. And in a lot of ways, it was a painful journey, particularly before I learned how to listen. And recognizing how my intuition worked and slowing down enough to really listen to all the subtle signals that came through, it changed my life. It transformed my life. And I'm a much calmer person now than I was before.
Beautiful. And it just affected you so powerfully. You have this heart to help others in that way too. I love it. Thank you.
Yes.
Now, I've used this term inner tree, and I know we introduced you as an inner tree coordinator. Oh, I'm sorry, cultivator, not coordinator, cultivator. Do you mind sharing what is our inner tree and why is that important for us to connect with?
Yeah, so let me just describe what the tree is to me. Mm-hmm. So going into my own inner self, and what I feel is that I am a tree. My roots are connected to the divine, or that source, or however you see that. And my trunk is the seat of my awareness. And then my branches
extend to all that I can be aware of in this world and all the relationships that I have in the world. And I love the metaphor because it keeps me really grounded in the divine and staying with my awareness in my trunk.
Beautiful. And I've had the privilege of seeing you in action, Maura, seeing you lead an audience through really becoming a tree as they're tapping into their intuition and their roots going deep, and just feeling the energy and the transformation as they pause and step into that way of connecting. And it's almost like you're the tree whisperer. I love it. You really help guide them to really connecting and listening and feeling into that space. And I found as you led them through that exercise, they really got grounded. They didn't want to come out first. They were swaying in the breeze and just kind of really feeling and listening. And the energy and vibration was raised, but the calmness was also raised at the same time. It was a really powerful experience. And so if any of you ever have the chance to experience Maura live or interact with her and have her share that space with you and guide you through it, really, really powerful. I appreciate the work you do.
Thank you.
Now, can you share a tip or a key, a way to, now that we know we have this intuition, we have this information, we're not always tapping into it, how can we start to build a relationship or a better relationship with it, with our intuition, with our inner tree? How do we do that?
Well, for me, the key to everything is cultivating that awareness, which means cultivating your trunk. And that means being in your body and being present with what the information that's coming in right now and using your senses to be with that. And if we learn to drop in and listen, which means, you know, getting that hamster wheel of the mind out of the arena for a moment so that we can really listen inside, then that helps us navigate through our life in a powerful way. And the more we do that, the more we become in tune with the way that our intuition works.
Just really building that practice.
Yeah,
yes.
It's really building a relationship.
I love it. Thank you. And in this, I'm just curious. So that I have a curiosity question. Can I ask that? It's off the question list.
Sure.
Okay, or it's not on the question list. It's off of the list. As we're talking about building a relationship, I was just thinking every relationship I have is different. It has a different dimension of me, a different personality, a different way I connect with that person. You know, even how with friends we start to have these nicknames that are only between them and I kind of thing. Like we have that in our lives. And people even name their cars and all different kinds of things out there. So as we're thinking about our relationship with our inner, our intuition, our inner tree, do you have any suggestions around bringing kind of all of our dimensions and all of our personality quirks kind of really like a real relationship that we're bringing in all our different ways that we connect? Is that important, or does that naturally happen over time? I just would be curious of your thoughts about that.
Yeah, well, actually, that's a huge question, and I'll do my best to answer it as concisely as possible. In any relationship, it's really important to listen. And listening happens in the now. So it's really about being present with what's happening now, not what happened yesterday or what we think is going to happen in the future, but listening to your inner voice and your body, because your body is the medium in which information comes through. You know, you have a relationship with your body as well. And day to day, our bodies change, and the messages and the way that we get the messages. And so really listening is the first step. Okay. And then you build the trust because you're listening. And when you act on what you learn from when you listened, that further builds trust. Does that make sense?
Oh, it makes complete sense. It is, a relationship that we're building and connecting on, and it's kind of step by step over time, and trust is built as we listen and respond and honor and connect in. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And
can I add something?
Sure.
Yeah, because I think in a lot of ways we are a mystery. And so new facets of the self are always coming up, and we're not always who we think we are. And so sometimes when we listen, when we get out of that channel of this is who I am, and I really listen, we can discover something new as well.
Yep. I like that. And being open to that. Not deciding how we are, but really being open to discovery.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you. And Maura, I know you have generously put together a gift for our listeners today, and I wanted to give you a moment to share about that gift and, what they would walk away with, in a sense, by saying yes to that. And I'll let listeners know a little bit later in the show how to access it. But I'd love for you to take a moment to share about your gift.
Yeah, well, so I would love to invite people to sign up for my weekly call. I do a weekly call called The Inner Tree, and it is a meditation call as well as a card reading for the day. And it's really meant or designed to help the listeners call in and become present through the meditation, so that they can deepen that relationship. So it's all about deepening that relationship. And I like to say, deepen your roots to connect with your inspiration, strengthen your branches to build emotional resilience, and nourish your trunk to access your wisdom. So it's about trusting your inner authority. And that's what you gain from coming onto my call.
Beautiful. And then you'll even do a reading for the day, right? Tied into that? Or for the week, I should say.
I do. It's for the day and for the week. So if people want to have a card pulled specifically for a question they have, we can do it that way. And if not, if they don't get anybody that wants that, then I do a card for the day. And anybody who joins gets to be on a Facebook page with this, where I post the pictures of the cards and the recordings, so you can listen in anytime as long as you're a member of the group. So you don't have to come at the time that I do the call.
Wonderful. Thank you. So any time that is right for them, they're able to tap into that. But if they do have a specific question, they're welcome to call in and ask and get that support. So what a beautiful gift. And thank you for making our listeners aware of that and making it available to them. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Listeners, we are getting ready for our next 2-minute moment just for you to process and really think about what Maura shared with you and about being present in your relationship. Where are you right now in your relationship with your intuition, and where do you want to be? And then are you willing to start taking steps in that to lean into that relationship? And when we come back, we'll be talking with the amazing Kari Kelley. Enjoy these next 2 minutes, and we'll look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
This is the Voice America Women's Channel, where your success is limitless.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for people like you. With just one 7-minute audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities. This is a dynamic way to share your message, reach more people, and expand your impact. Apply now at yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent. Finalists get to audition live in front of community leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Don't wait. Find out more. Visit yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent.
Age with Attitude TV is for the woman who does not see her future as a nice little old lady, but rather she sees herself living a bold, juicy, kick-ass second half. Now, if this is the life you want for your second 50, then Age with Attitude TV is for you. You'll find stories to inspire you, plus money and metabolism tips that really work. Check it all out at agewithattitude.tv, presented by Jan Rose Distel. Find us on voiceamerica.tv. And remember, it's never too late to create a life you love.
Are you ready for your rush of success? I'm Jim T. Chong, the walk star.
And I'm Cami Ferry, the theater queen, the host of Rush Hour for Success on Money 105.5 on Thursdays and Fridays at 2 p.m. It's about getting entertained and getting solutions for your success in life and business.
Visit us on Facebook at Money 105.5 FM Rush Hour for Success, or download the Money 105.5 app on your phone for the live stream. That's Thursdays and Fridays, 2 p.m. Pacific Time. Get entertained,
get educated, and get your rush on
Rush Hour for Success.
Do you find yourself working tirelessly to keep your business going? Are you finding out that you don't have time for family, friends, any kind of personal life whatsoever? It's time to stop feeling trapped by your business. Tune in to Reclaim Your Freedom with host Shirley Dalton. You'll hear from guests that will help you work on your business instead of constantly in your business, and get your life back while the business keeps running and humming. Reclaim Your Freedom airs live every Tuesday at 1 p.m. U.S. Pacific Time on Voice America Business.
Tune in for Suzanne Ross and Lighten Up TV, evolutionary wellness for the body, mind, and spirit. Each episode features Suzanne and her amazing guests, including inspirational authors, speakers, wellness experts, and spiritual guides. This series is focused on achieving total well-being so that you can live well and love life. Visit lightenuptv.net to find out more. Lighten Up TV is presented by the Awakening Center, a nonprofit for those seeking a higher way of living and being. Don't miss out on living your best life now. Go to lightenuptv.net today.
Follow us on Twitter at VoiceAmericaTRN. Get the lowdown on guests, new shows, and your favorites. That's VoiceAmericaTRN.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you enjoyed those luxurious 2 minutes to really listen, to tap into your inner intuition, your inner tree, and receive the information that's being communicated with you, and really doing that check-in about where you are in your relationship with that inner listening. Are you connecting? Is there a relationship? And kind of where would you like it to be? Because then when we do that touch-in, we can decide to lead and lean into that relationship and help it flourish and become all that we want it to become and all that we want to become in it. So I invite you to do that check-in periodically. So we've been talking about really tapping into your truth, how to do that. And Maura gave us great wisdom and tips and insight and a valuable gift and resource to help us do that on an ongoing basis. And the amazing Kari Kelley, our next guest, is really going to help us around the shine aspect. How do we really shine no matter what, regardless of what has happened to us, regardless of those challenges? Because believe me, we have challenges in life, and we can choose to take that center stage. We can choose to shine. And I know you'll appreciate her heart and her passion in this, and taking action in our lives in this way to really shine, not just show up, not just survive, but shine. Kari Kelley is a featured speaker, author, vocalist. She's been featured on numerous panels, magazine articles, magazine covers, radio, TV shows, and is passionate about helping others overcome abuse and shine please lean in and warmly welcome the amazing Kari Kelley to the show. Welcome. Yay.
Thank you so much. Oh, wow. This is such an honor to be a part of this show today. Thank you so much.
Oh, you are so welcome. I love having you and your energy and your commitment and passion for supporting, not only being willing to lead and take that center stage yourself, but also inspiring and lifting others up to do the same. I really appreciate that about you.
It's an honor, and it's the work that I've been called to do. There's just no way that I can't not shine, if that makes any sense.
No, it does. It's like, this is what I'm called to do. But you said yes, and you're willing. And I love that. Do you mind sharing why this work of taking center stage and really leaning in and leading the support and the path and the way, particularly around overcoming abuse and disabilities? Why is that cause and that work and standing in that place so personally important to you?
It's important because it is just needed. It is absolutely needed for an example like me, someone who you can see that I am legally blind. You can, see what has happened. So, because of that, I have a message to share. And so, if I share my message and I show up resilient, it gives other people the permission that they need in order to share their gifts and to share information about how they overcame their challenges. And so it's just, that's the way it has manifested itself in my life. However, the push is always that I'm doing this so that it's easier for someone else. So what I don't do for me, I do for other people. For me to shine and share my story helps other people to shine and share their story, and then the world gets brighter and brighter and brighter.
Yes, I love that. And that willingness, because in the sharing, there is a vulnerability, and that willingness to do that and to stand in front and show the way and make that path that much easier for the next person to come along. I love your heart in that and your willingness. Now, some people may not be familiar with your story and some of the challenges it's been to step into into that center stage place. Do you mind sharing just a little bit? Has it been a challenge? Was that easy for you? Just to give them a little bit of background about you.
Well, okay, so basically I am legally blind because of child abuse. I was shaken and had my head hit hard enough for fluid to build up on my brain. So I ended up losing some of my eyesight. Now my running joke is that I have enough eyesight to get in trouble, just not enough to get a driver's license. But and I have a whole monologue about that. But after losing some of my eyesight at the time, I was in foster care. And so when I got adopted, the feeling for me was that because I was this flawed child that was in the foster care system, I got the impression that I was being adopted behind if we hadn't adopted you, no one else would have. And so you're lucky to be in this family in spite of the way we treat you. You just need to be grateful that you were adopted at all. And I ended up going through a lot more abuse in the next family that adopted me. And so because of my own life experiences, and when people ask me, and the things that you can see that show up for me are very visible, I just tell the truth about who I am and what happened, and I live my life in such a way that people can see that if I, Kari Kelley, can do X, Y, and Z, then they can do it as well.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. I really appreciate that. And listeners, I just want you to have a little bit of background of why this work about overcoming abuse and disabilities and standing in center stage was so important to her, and a little bit of her heart in how she does it and why she does it. So thank you for sharing, Kari. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Oh, I know that you have our time. I was like, wow, our time goes so quickly. I appreciate you sharing. And I want to make sure that we take a moment to hear about the amazing gift that you've prepared for our listeners today. Do you mind sharing a little bit about that?
Sure. What we have is the Voices of Resilience virtual workshop. And basically there are 3 modules, and they are they're audio recordings, and they basically help you find your own way. If you have your own story of abuse and you need to start a healing process, this is one way to tap into it and find, recognize, and celebrate your own resilience.
I love that. I love that you've included this celebration of our own resilience, because we can so forget to do that. We can forget to shine. We can forget to celebrate. So I love that you've included that in your work. So really practical support on ways to kind of move forward, but I love that there's also this celebration element. Beautiful. Thank you, Kari.
You're welcome.
And then we just have a minute or so here, and I wanted to ask you if having this vision disability that you have, does that ever make you shy away from the spotlight, or does it make you lean in? I'm just curious.
It used to make me shy away from the spotlight. However, I'm very tall. I'm 5 feet and 10 inches, and I'm going to be noticed. If I walk into a room, people are going to see me, and if I show up, people are going to see me. So I decided that as long as I'm going to be seen, I might as well shine, and I want to shine as brightly as possible, so I dress in loud, bright colors or animal prints, and I try and just stand out, and that's the way it works for me.
Thank you for sharing that, because I will testify to that. I've had the opportunity to see Kari's performances and hear her sing and share, and she does, even without saying a word, when she enters the room, she enters it. And she's absolutely seen and shines. And I love that you have used who you are and your story and your journey to lean in and really bring all of you forward and willing to show up and shine. And I hope, listeners, that inspires you to do that too, that if we're going to be seen and we're going to be noticed anyway, why don't we go all out? Why don't we wear the animal print? Why don't we make an entrance and really bring the gift of who we are to the world? I want to encourage you to do that. We're going into our next 2 minutes. I invite you to lean in and really think about some of what Kari has shared with you. And when we come back, we have our exciting closing segment. We'll look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
The Voice America Women's Channel.
Are you ready for your rush of success? I'm Jim T. Chong, the walk star.
And I'm Cami Ferry, the theater queen, the host of Rush Hour for Success on Money 105.5 on Thursdays and Fridays at 2 p.m. It's about getting entertained and getting solutions for your success in life and business.
Visit us on Facebook at Money 105.5 FM Rush Hour for Success, or download the Money 105.5 app on your phone for the live stream. That's Thursdays and Fridays, 2 p.m. Pacific Time. Get entertained,
get educated, and get your rush on
Rush Hour for Success.
The Ugly Awkward Dance Show is designed to help you move through those ugly, awkward, and uncomfortable life experiences. You know what we're talking about. Did you know that each challenge brings a gift? Once you figure that out, even the toughest challenge almost becomes fun. Each program includes engaging guests who talk about what they've overcome, as well as a mindful movement exercise to help you move through your emotional blocks. Yes, there will be awkward dancing too. Visit theuglyawkwarddanceshow.com.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for people like you. With just one 7-minute audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities. This is a dynamic way to share your message, reach more people, and expand your impact. Apply now at yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent. Finalists get to audition live in front of community leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Don't wait. Find out more. Visit yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation. The Voice America Women's Channel.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you are enjoying our time together and spending those 2 minutes to really process and listen and see what's being spoken into your heart, into your spirit, into your roots, and what is it that you're receiving and wanting to bring in to your life, to bring forward and shine. And we opened up the show talking about choice and choosing to succeed, choosing our relationships, that we get to choose what it is that we want to bring forward and not just wait magically for it to happen and hope that we're discovered or whatever it may be, that it'll rain upon us somehow. But we really get to plan on it and to lean into it. And part of what I asked you to do in the beginning of the show is to really find those things that you're going to be taking forward with you, that you're going to process on a cellular level, to claim as yours, to have it be a part of your life. Now that we've been present, we've had this time together, what is it you are going to take forth with you? And both of my guests today have shared amazing gifts to support you in really tapping into your truth, into your intuition, getting support on overcoming and tapping into resilience and celebrating it. And I promise to let you know how to access those gifts. So this is the way. You go to Radio Gifts, and that's plural, .net. Radio Gifts, because there's multiple gifts, .net. There's a net full of gifts. You'll scroll down to today's date, the date that we are recording the show live with all of you here, and that is Tuesday, July 12th. You'll scroll down and you'll see Maura's picture and Kari's picture and their gifts. And as a quick reminder, do you want to put in your name and email address so we can stay in touch? Then the window will open up with all the gifts. Just scroll down and say yes to those that will serve you, empower you, and support you on your journey. And behind the scenes, I asked my guests if they had something else on their heart, one more tip, piece of advice, or share that really dropped into their spirit. They wanted to make sure that they shared with you and brought that to you today. And so I'd love to open up the floor, Maura, to whatever was spoken into your heart, into your spirit, to share with us today.
Yes. Well, I was listening to the beautiful share from Kari, and actually comes together quite nicely. She was talking about resilience. And so building that inner relationship and also building resilience is around having emotional mastery. And so my tip has to do with that. And the tip is really get to know your emotions' physical expression so that you can stay with the experience of your emotion physically and try to stay out of the story. And that really helps you build emotional mastery. It helps you bear the emotion. You learn that you can bear it much more than you thought that you could. And it allows you to process through so you have better choices at the end of it.
Beautiful. And to me, that means feeling, really not trying to explain it or justify it or whatever, but actually feeling it and breathing into it and processing. Is that a fair way to look at that?
Yeah, absolutely. So our emotions express themselves physically, and what we do is we go into the story and we forget to stay with the physical experience. And once you do that, it allows it to flow through, and then it can start to transform. But if we just stuff it, it won't. It gets stuck.
Stuffing.
No stuffing.
Breathe in and feel and process and release as if it no longer serves. But I love that, no stuffing. Thank you, Maura. And Kari, I wanted to see if you had something placed on your heart as well that you wanted to share with our listeners.
I am just going to share the gift of my voice. The song that I've chosen is part of His Eye is on the Sparrow. So I'm just going to sing. I sing because I'm happy, and I sing because I'm free. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know He watches me. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know He watches me.
Thank you, Kari, for sharing the gift of your song.
Yeah.
And listeners, I invite us to breathe that message in, that His eye is on us, just like the sparrow in her beautiful song. That we can lean in, trust our truth, the wisdom, love, support, that wind beneath our wings, in a sense, that can lead us on. And breathe in, lean in to the truth of your magnificence, your resilience, the amazing gift that you are to the world. It is a huge gift to just share who we are and to be fully who we are. That is how we can shine. That is how we can make a huge difference in this world. So as you go forth, I invite you to take wisdom that was shared with you today, a nugget that touched and inspired you. Have it become a part of you on a cellular level. Take that forth with you. And wherever you go, whatever you do, may you always, always, always bloom where you're planted and shine. I look forward to talking to you next week.
Thank you for joining us this week for Empowering Women, Transforming Lives. Please tune in again for another edition with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter, next Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific on the Voice America Women's Channel. And join us for a replay of the show every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Pacific on the Voice America Empowerment Channel. Have a beautiful week, and may you always bloom where you're planted and shine.